How good is Jimmy G, John? Everybody talks about seeing him up close and how good he is, and we saw just him and Deshaun Watson going at it in that preseason game was just a whole load of fun. But walk me through your evaluation, your process of looking at this kid and what we're expecting from him.
Well, he's supremely talented. I mean, when you just talk about arm talent, it's pretty special from that standpoint. And I would tell you that we kind of knew that. When we brought him in, Kyle studied him a lot at Eastern Illinois. You just turn on the tape, albeit limited sample size. You could see the arm talent, but what you want to see is everything else. And I think the best compliment I could give him in the time that we were around him last year was just he made everyone better. I think that's what great players do, great leaders do. They make people around them better, and he did that. Our defense played better when he was our quarterback. How that works, I don't know, but it does, and that's what guys who have the ability to be special players do. And I think the answer to that question, how good is he? I think we're all going to see. And, we had to make a decision, and we felt really good about what we saw from Jimmy in every aspect, how he interacts with the guys, how seriously he takes his craft, how hard he works at it. And, we're pushing forward with it. I'm excited because I think the work that he and Kyle have had this offseason to get a higher level grasp of of our offense, I think it's going to make him a better player. And, I think everybody knows, including Jimmy, that, that the expectations are big. But what I like most about him, and I think it was ingrained into him with how he was raised and then how he was raised in the NFL at New England, is you got to go show everyone. You got to go to work, and that's what he does each and every day.
And I had Peter King here in studio a couple weeks ago, John, and I turned to him. I'm like, will we ever know why he was available for just a second-round draft choice in the middle of the season? And he said only a handful of people know the answer to that question. He said the answers to that question, people who know the answer to that question is Belichick, Kraft, maybe Brady, and he said John Lynch. Do you know the answer to that question, John Lynch?
I don't, and I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it, other than I'm appreciative and that we had the opportunity to bring a player in like that, and that's. Everybody says if you don't have that guy at that position, you're looking for it, and we certainly were looking for it. And we thought it would come via different avenues. We knew that there was going to be a good free agency crop, and that there were a lot of guys in both our first draft and our second draft. But we passed in our first draft, and we were kind of going about our business, and the opportunity presented itself, and we jumped at it. The thing I think that we did well, and it was probably Kyle showing more restraint than me, was just because we traded for Jimmy doesn't mean that he's our guy moving forward. We feel like it's worth a second round pick to see, is this our guy? And, it was a short amount of time to figure that out, but, it was impactful the time we spent around him, and there was a time where we both looked at each other and said we need to do this, and that's exactly what we did. And thankfully, he was open to that idea of doing something long term as well.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.